Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome back to Alandressa. This is session 9. Can you believe it? We're getting into the 20s in the hours spent in this world. Today, again, as always, we are joined by Mars, Tats, Katie, Shen, Beat, and Stee. How is everybody doing today?
No. Oh, okay.
Feeling
Okay.
aged.
Doing alright.
Doing alright at the moment.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Feeling age.
Aged with a D
Yeah.
on the end.
B, for those who didn't know, B turned 32 the other day.
Happy birthday!
That's completely accurate, not at all an inaccurate
Yeah.
representation of my age.
Yeah. I have not inflated that age by multiple years at all. Why would I do such a thing as that?
You'd never do anything of the sort.
Never do anything of the sort. Yeah, that's false, lies. Okay, let's give everybody a brief rundown of what happened last time. A lot happened last time, so I'm going to do my best to make it brief. Basically, you climbed out of a sewer, you rinsed off in some stagnant water by the shoreline, you followed some footprints which led to a portal, you dived into the portal together and arrived in a four-pointed island, which matched the shape of the brooch on Sir Curly Strand's lapel, which is what you used to get there. You then found 4 chests and 1 large silver chest. The 4 smaller chests, one of which opened up and the others snatched at you. When you're not holding the brooch, it seems that they all turn into mimics. When you are holding it, one of the corresponding chests will open and you can then access its contents. Inside of which you found 12,000 gold pieces. Under a table, you found a gnomish mare. And following on from that, inside of this chest, you found some incriminating images which explained the full story, essentially. That Sir Curly Strand was essentially blackmailing Big Red so that he could use the exact same lie, more or less, to cover up the murder of his 2 brothers. So that he could inherit the family business. And towards the end of the session, you also found another hidden compartment with Victor and everybody helping Victor, it seemed, to get a roll of a 26 on an investigation check, I believe it was, to find a large dossier concerning a slave shipping business. You know, the hood hides more than the head was what we took away from that. Also, Aldrin finding the writing using comprehend language on the silver chest. Held onto it for a full minute, which could have killed you. But thankfully, with the heals of those around you, your new party members and friends, you succeeded. And you managed to read the words, "Fetters away, venom stopped, armies roar, Ragnarok." Here we are. We are in this unusual world, in an unusual building, in, or rather, atop a 4-pointed island with an unusual gnome in front of you. What would you all care to do?
Well, my question would be, what are we going to do with the mayor?
Do we think he'll be safe if we take him home? Or is he safer here? Assuming
Seems
he's here
like he
because
might
he
be safer
feels
here.
safe.
We do
I
want
feel
to
safe
take him
here.
home.
Perhaps we should... You wanted to stay here?
That's why I ran here.
There's
Why
plenty of
did you run
cheese.
here?
Oh, there's always so much cheese here.
But why did you run here, Mayor?
He is going to roll, and you can roll too if you wish to see his deeper motives. Would be an insight.
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 Never mind.
He doesn't say anything, but you can tell by his body language that he's trying to hide what he would have said.
Okay, I'll leave him like that.
Is this your vacation house or something?
Yeah. Yeah, I ran here because I needed a break.
Break from what?
Bad things. It's hard being a man, you know?
I can imagine that curly fella didn't look out too good.
He, goes very pale. And almost immediately you see a cold sweat appear on his face. Yeah.
They were worried about you, you know. The guards? They're hoping you're okay.
His eyes widen. And he looks like his knees are about to give way.
Are you
You want to
okay?
sit down?
You doing alright, buddy?
He just drops to the floor and sits on the floor.
Oops.
Well,
I
he is
I
just a
think I
little
broke
guy.
the mayor.
I'm
No.
going to go over to the fountain, and can I turn it into like whiskey or something strong to drink?
Sure, yeah. I think at the moment it's still full of frogs from Aldrin's wish,
So I'm
and
gonna
soap
I'm
suds
gonna
before
wish
that.
that it's a spirit fantasy whiskey, whatever the equivalent would be.
Yeah.
I assume it's probably just whiskey still. And I'm gonna get him a glass. I assume there's like a goblet or something around. If there's
Yeah,
you
there's
said
a
the
ton
table,
of them
the
on
table
the
is
table.
quite well appointed. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll-
the table's covered in them, yeah.
and I'll scoop him a stiff drink and take it over for
You
him
do have to
while
zoom
he's
in
next.
pretty far, but yeah, you can see little mugs on there, and
Cool.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll come back and hand him a drink to calm his nerves a little.
Okay. Is this apple juice? I like apple juice.
It's a little
Sounds-
stronger
yeah.
than apple juice. Might help.
He takes
calm
a
down
sip and
little.
spits it out. What are you trying to do? Poison me?
No. Would you?
I'm gonna come over and wish that it was the sweetest apple cider anybody could drink.
Well, as I've learned, in America, you call apple cider like two different things, right? So there's like non-alcoholic apple cider, and then there's alcoholic apple cider, right?
Well, the alcoholic version, obviously, but yeah, it's just we call it cider, and then apple cider
Right.
is just a,
To us, it's if it's apple cider, if it's called cider, then it's alcoholic to us.
Mm.
That's just
Mm.
the word
Well,
for the alcoholic apple juice.
We
no,
have two
And you can
different
get other
kinds of
fruits
things.
as
So
well.
we have apple juice, and then we have apple cider, and then there's cider.
Right. Yeah,
Cider
you can
is
also get
alcoholic.
different fruit ciders as well. Like you can get berry cider and pear cider and stuff.
Mm.
They're quite nice actually. I'm not
Yes.
much of a drinker myself. I don't really drink. Okay.
Before the fountain becomes any form of apple or cider, Ruby is just gonna take a glass of whiskey herself. Just
Okay.
sneak
Yeah,
back.
I'm gonna drink the one that he declined.
Okay. So Victor's knocking back a whiskey. Ruby, are you concealing your whiskey drink?
Not in the sense of needing to do like a stealth check, just sort
Okay.
of going around the back, picking
Yeah.
up a glass, and then joining the group.
I would say Ash is probably close enough to notice this. Ash, are you going to pay any attention to this? Are you looking for anything
I
here?
see it, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay. So Ash wishes for apple cider. You grab yourself a tankard of that, and you bring it over to the mayor, who accepts it and starts to sip.
Can I?
That way, it'll calm his nerves, and he doesn't know it's alcohol.
Can I drag a chair to his location so he doesn't have to go far?
Sure. I mean, there's one right next to him. These are big, heavy, like leather pointed chairs. You know, like proper old upholstered, very good quality seats. So they've got to go wait to them.
Okay, so I don't need to move it.
Nothing for Isabel to have to trouble herself with. Isabel is incredibly strong, as we know. So yeah, you help you bring this chair closer to the gnome, who then you just, I guess, pick up and sit on top of it. He takes a sip and sets it down on the seat next to him because he's so small he doesn't fill the whole space.
Okay. What do you want to know?
Do you know who was trying to kill you?
I hope they weren't trying to kill me. Hey,
Or if they were even trying to... You think they were just after...
Well, do you know who was
Curly.
after Mr. Curly?
I don't know who it was. I stepped out to get something. When I came back, the killer was still there. I don't think they noticed me because I'm just a little guy. So I hid. When I got the chance, I left, but I was stuck in there for so long. It felt like hours. Probably wasn't.
What,
You're safe now, it's okay.
what did you see happen if you were stuck there while the killer was there?
Well, the killer was kind of just average height and dressed all dark like. Curly's head was removed from his body. That freaked me out, something awful.
Did you
I
see
hid
who
under
did
my
it?
desk.
Did you see the person that did this?
It was dark. The lighting's not so good in my office. I'm not a very wealthy mayor. It's not a very wealthy town.
Okay. Did you see anything of the killer? Did they perhaps look like me?
Not that I can recall, no.
Did they say anything?
They grunted a few times. They didn't really say any words.
Okay. And they were bigger than you, I assume.
Everybody's bigger than me, sir.
Okay.
I'm just a little guy.
Please, Victor. No, sir. Thank you.
Look, I'm just worried that they think I might have done it. So I ran, because I thought that the guards might think that I'm the murderer.
No, they're worried that you're okay.
Yes, I think they were concerned. I don't think anybody... They caught...
Well, that one
a
fellow is
suspect.
adamant they have to protect the mayor.
Then that's good to hear, I suppose.
Yes, they had the suspect in the prison, in the jail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they caught him?
So
They got someone.
as far as yes, they caught somebody, and
I'll
they
make
lead it
sure
to the
they
killer.
execute them soon.
Could you would you do me a favor and ensure that you have the correct person before executing them?
Well, they must be the correct person if the guards caught them.
But what
I-
if somebody else forced them to do it?
Makes no difference to me. Whoever holds the blade is the one responsible. You can say no.
Okay. Suppose that's fair.
We
Okay.
may...
Are you do you have one of these brooches? And I'll hold up the little star shape that we open the chest with.
Sort of. There's only 4 of
Sort
those.
Right. So are you able to tell me who else, apart from, I assume, Big Red and Mr. Curly, who else has these?
I know that there are 2 other people who have them. I only know who one of those people is. I've only ever seen them here once.
I mean,
I've never seen the
it's a place to
4th.
start. Okay. Who is the 3rd?
Jack?
Who's Jack?
Give me a history check. Anybody wants to. Nat 20 from Ruby. Who has a 0 on the modifier as well, so that's just
Yeah,
20.
full on nat 20,
Yeah.
baby.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2.
This was only a DC of 10. But still on that count, there's only 3 of you that manage it.
Whiskey helps.
Briar, Victor, and Ruby, all of you remember tales of Jack. You know who Jack is. There's been legends run rife for centuries about Jack. Started out as Little Jack Horner, Jack and the Beanstalk, Jack Be Nimble, Jack the Giant Killer, even Jack and Jill, The House That Jack Built, Stingy Jack, and Headless
this is
Jack.
The same Jack?
They are all the same Jack. Just as an aside as well, as an interesting point for anybody who's taking note of these kind of things, as I was researching to do the homebrew to build this world, historians and literature, people, I forget what
Nerds.
the fuck you would call that. Yeah, English nerds. They have concluded that all of the fairy tales with Jack are all referencing the same Jack. They're all exactly the same Jack.
Oh.
Bet you didn't know that.
Interesting.
So yeah, all of those stories are apparently about the same Jack. So yeah, that's who we're talking about. Jack. Jack is the 3rd person.
It's short for Jackie Chan.
It's short for Jackie Chan. Yeah.
Oh,
Canonically,
sure.
Jack
Well-
is Jackie Chan. Yeah.
Some of those alluded to the French royalty.
Okay.
Any other questions for him?
Can I make a potential request of you, Mayor?
You cut out at the start of that. Could you just say that again?
Apologies. Can I make a potential request of you, Mayor, please?
What would that be?
I would ask. I know you may not feel so safe outside, but I think you're needed back there, Mayor. I may request that you consider heading back to Dreedle and trying to help with what's going on. Help your town.
I guess if the guards are looking for me, I should start by finding them.
I think the guards are looking somewhere. Yeah.
Give me a deception check.
Oh, shit.
Do I need to cast
Oh,
guidance?
shit!
So I am just going to reveal this to everybody. He got a nat 20 and you got a nat 1.
Never mind.
Oh,
The
shit.
deception versus insight of all time. That is one of the rolls of all time, I must say.
You can never
He
lie to him again.
he looks at you with the wide eyes of somebody scared, and as you say they're looking somewhere, his eyes narrow, and you can see now why he was made the mayor. He's not just a meek and weak person. He has some shrewdness about him, and he can often tell the difference between an untruth and a straight up lie. At this point, it seems like he's seen straight through you, like a wet paper bag. And he just straight up knows something is afoot here.
Can I tell if do we see that happen, like that reaction in him?
I mean, yeah. You all would see that he's sort of narrowing his eyes and making something out of this.
Okay.
Where are the guards?
Well, they kind of fell down into the sewer.
We don't know. We were fighting crocodiles, and then the guards were telling us off, and then they disappeared.
Seems like your friend is disappearing right now. Where are you headed?
I just wanted to get a different view over this side of the room.
Okay.
That's all.
As well you might. Could anybody maybe explain to me where the guards are? I look after the whole city of Treadle. I can't guard it myself.
That I've told you all that I know about the guards. We were having they were basically blaming us for your disappearance and the city collapsing, and then next thing,
I'm sorry, what? The city collapsed?
Yeah, that's what I said. They fell into the sewer,
Mm.
and that's the last we saw them.
We were
I
in the
didn't
sewer.
realize the city collapsed and they fell in that way.
Yes, we were looking for
Should
you
have
in the
said
sewer
that.
so we could talk to you.
I think you're right. I need to get
You
back.
should have seen the giant crocodiles down there, though.
Yeah.
Excuse me, bird.
And the rat revolution.
You are not helping matters.
I am just letting you know what happened. They were huge.
He takes a big swig of the cider, finishes the cup. As you can tell, a person of this body weight should probably not be drinking this quantity of alcohol, even though it's only one mug. And even though he gets up to try and walk towards the portal, he immediately passes out on his seat and just goes unconscious.
Ooh, there he goes.
Okay.
And here comes Ruby again, walking in from
He's
the
not-
outside. Look at what the
Okay.
cat dragged in.
Done
There we
nothing,
go.
done nothing.
Ruby, are you okay?
I'll
I
pass
will
down
say at this
Lucy.
point that anybody who wants to can give Ruby an insight check if you're wishing to
I think
look
I'm feeling a little
Ruby's.
suspicious.
Fine with this, makes complete sense.
Oh,
Oh, fucking
wow.
hell.
let's go.
So,
A nat 20 from Ash.
I roll like trash.
Ruby, are you making any efforts to hide how you're feeling?
Oh yeah, I was about to say, can I roll anything?
You
I-
can
I-
roll a deception, of course. You need to
Oh,
beat a
excellent.
26.
I didn't know
Can
if
you
a
hit
nat 1 still
26?
stood. um.
18.
Well.
So,
Okay.
Aldrin, Isabel, and Victor, you don't really see anything in this, for want of looking as you are. Briar isn't really paying much attention at all, it seems, because you didn't roll a check. But Ash, I think, has compensated for the whole party. I think Ash being the
Briar's, like,
perfect person
checking.
as well.
Briar's checking his vitals and making sure he's like okay.
Oh, for real,
Aldrin's
yeah, for sure.
checking his pockets.
You don't really find anything in his pockets. He's come here sans anything. There's no brooch. There's nothing silver of any kind. He is wearing just what you might expect somebody of his station to wear. Smart clothes. He's got his hair slicked, but it's not with any kind of hair product. He's just incredibly sweaty at this point.
Bella really was in a hurry.
Yep.
Aldrin will pick him up and put him in the chair. So at
He
least
was
he's a little
already in the
comfy.
chair. The chair was moved. But yeah,
Oh,
you can
okay.
push the
So he
chair back
just
over
fell.
if you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just put him in the chair so we can say he's there.
Just
Um,
out of just because I want to for funsies, can I just move him into another chair, the opposite side?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
So
just gonna
we
pick him up
move-
and move him to the opposite side.
So we move him to
yes.
the other side of the room just to disorient the poor guy.
I'm gonna- Sorry, I would like to give him a polite pat down to see if I can get more information than a conversation has
Sure.
yielded from his
You could
personal
give me-
possessions. I'm not looking to rob him.
You can give me a perception
I'll
check or
turn
a
to
sleight of
everybody
hand check.
quickly, and I'm gonna be like, I'm not robbing him.
Yeah, after Aldrin literally
Think
just
we need
put their
some
hands in his pockets.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
not
just
robbing
check
him.
He's
Yeah.
got nothing.
I'm not
Okay,
robbing him.
Let
But I know somebody who might.
me try.
what-
13 sleight of hand check.
Very well,
You notice that he, for one, yeah, he doesn't have anything in his pockets. Two, you notice that he has a number of tattoos. And with a very without looking for very long, you can tell that he has a 4-pointed star tattoo with some sigils around it on his arm. Ruby, what exactly are you trying to do? Because you're just pinging yourself over and over again.
Can anybody
I'm
read
fine.
these
I'm fine.
sigils? Is
What
anybody
did
able
Victor
to
say?
read
It's a backflip.
this? I'm gonna like hold his sleeve up or whatever limits on.
Yeah.
Or I suppose and
Hey,
keep the
Was
sleeve
it
roll
Briar
between
that did that
ask-
roll in last session? Was it Briar that saw the...
It was. I
Was
think
it
it was
Aldrin?
Aldrin who did the. Yeah. It was
Okay,
Aldrin.
so
Yeah, I
Aldrin,
did something.
Aldrin, you can do an Arcana check here if you wish.
Sure.
Hey Victor, why don't you just like grab a piece of paper or something and sketch it so just in case he
yeah,
does
I've got
that.
my yes, good idea.
There's
I'll take my
yeah, there's a
notebook out of my
number of
pocket and
the
start copying some of his tattoos.
symbols on this man's arms in tattoo form match a lot of the symbols that surround the teleportation circle.
Alright. Well, he goes with the circle.
We will,
Really?
however,
How we-
return to what we quickly moved away from because everyone starts rooting through this unconscious gnome's pockets. Ash rolled a 26 on insight versus Ruby's 18 deception. Ash, I think this is very good thematically, given that you are the other person that has been approached by this stranger in your dreams. I think that you can probably see that there is something in Ruby that rings true to the unease that you felt when you woke up. You could see the same unease now. As Ruby says, they are somewhere.
So I'm gonna say this hush since I just like approached.
I'll need a stealth check.
My
As always,
goodness.
I will need a stealth check.
Well,
Okay, everybody can hear this, but you're trying to be silent. So what do you say as you try to be silent?
So where did they go? Ruby.
Hang on. Oh.
Still, everybody can hear it because basically everybody here has got a 12 or above on their passive perception. So you're both trying to be silent. You don't know that everybody else can hear you, though.
I'm gonna blame it on the one whiskey.
Don't we all?
I don't think you're asking the right person, Ash. Right thing.
Well, I'm assuming that you called on somebody.
What do you mean?
Look, you don't have to play coy with me. We both know.
I'm not sure what I know anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't either, but like, why would they help if they told me that they didn't want to help my friends?
Who are your friends, Ash? Like, outside of us, who are friends to you?
Nobody really. The animals around where I live, I guess. So you are the closest thing to friends that I have.
I see. I wonder. They ask me after friends a lot. It makes me think of people I've known before. A while ago. They know a lot.
I mean, I guess we have one more friend. Daitsu.
Yeah. Ruby puts her hand on the medallion.
I mean, so they didn't want to help Daitsu? Because that's the only other friend that I really have. I don't have family anymore.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I have a father somewhere, but I don't care about him. I don't know what happened. Like, I just left, and it was rough. He kept trying to make me what he was, and that's not who I am.
it's good to be true to yourself, Ash.
So I just set out and made a life for myself, just helping where I could.
You're a good person, Ash.
You don't seem like a bad person either. You're pretty good. Even if you do like to drink whiskey and like rubies. I giggle a little bit.
Everyone has their vices.
I'll interject
Some of us
here
are
and
more-
say everybody in the area can hear this conversation, and you both think that you're being incredibly subtle, when in actual fact, the whole party heard exactly what was just said. I'm going to
Who'd
ask
you
the rest of the
call?
party whether anyone
I'm just
comments on it.
whispering I'm just whispering outside of my mouth to Victor. Do they know we can hear them?
And I'll need
you
a
gonna do
stealth
a
check
stealth
from
check?
you.
I figured.
Who'd you call?
I don't think so. I'll roll a stealth check, sure.
Isabel, Isabel's just incapable of whispering. I think this whole party is incapable of whispering. Like,
Did
you
I
just
know we
have,
could hear them?
you are not very good at this. However,
no.
Victor, with a 16 on a stealth check, is probably the only one of you who can be in any way subtle.
Well, Aldrin's just blatantly asking, who'd you call?
Yeah. Also, I will say that Ash has a passive perception of 16, so Ash would still notice what Victor is trying to put beyond.
Oh, I'm staring at them with an eyebrow raised.
them.
While I might be talking quietly under my breath, I am still staring at them like, what the fuck is going on?
I think they can hear us.
I think so too.
Ash face palms.
I wonder whether Aldrin realizes that Aldrin wasn't supposed to be a part of that conversation between Ruby and Ash.
Well,
Aldrin's
they're sitting right
Aldrin's just
there.
yeah,
Distance-wise,
like,
Aldrin is
they're
right
5
there.
feet away. It's
Sitting
literally
right
5
there,
feet away.
like,
Yeah.
hey guys, what's up?
Yeah.
I mean,
Aldrin's a part
Ash-
of this. Yeah.
Ash, Ruby, I think Merlin can hear you.
You know
And he's not even
what?
here.
You know what? I don't need all of this insults and slander and lies against ability to stealth. I have had one whole whiskey. That is enough for me. I think a lot of money that came out of that chest, and I think we should share it equally. And this place with a lovely dossier that I would appreciate someone reading to me because it's too stressful.
Yes, perhaps we should go
Yeah, but we
somewhere.
don't know. We don't know if it's gonna take us back to the city.
Ruby, do you hide from the rest of the group that you're relatively illiterate?
Yes, hence why she just feigned that and said
Because it's
too
too
difficult to read.
stressful.
Yeah.
Then
Too
I'll need a
stressful. Yeah, no
deception
one
check.
knows. Oh, for Christ's sake.
I mean, honestly, I find reading very therapeutic and relaxing. I don't know
I think
why
the
it makes
whiskey
it
might be
stressful.
affecting you because you
It's
get a
just
7.
necessary for all the potions.
They won't necessarily
get
know
'em
that
right.
you're
Ugh.
illiterate, but they do know that it's not because of the stress. That you would need help with
Guys.
someone reading it to you. You do have the dossier, however, though. So you've got it there in your hands, and it is chunky.
Come on, guys. Let's get some gold in us. Leave this mayor and hope that he's everything in here in his cider-based stupor, and let's just go. Come on.
Yes, we should perhaps return to try and open this other chest.
Should we leave him a note saying that things are too dangerous for him to return, so your friend doesn't get hurt?
Yes, that's probably not a bad idea.
Because
I don't think there's any guards in the town, so we may be able to try to talk to her again.
True. If we tell him there's no guards, he might not go
Oh, we
back.
can just let her go if you wanted to.
Yes. So perhaps we leave him here and tell him we'll return for him?
And we're
Yeah.
what? Staging a prison break?
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Is
there's
the
no
prison even
guards.
I
still?
mean, we can...
The prison might be in the sewer, right?
Oh no.
Well, one way to find out.
Uh-oh.
Let's go
Oh,
save
your
some.
friend's gonna be pissed.
I'll write a note, just, saying, in my notebook and tear the page out that says, we'll return to you when it's safe. We're going to investigate the city collapsing. Stay here and we'll return in a couple of days, basically.
All right.
Hopefully that works.
Yeah. Well, you leave that note.
Before we leave, can I investigate this horn?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Hey guys,
The big one
Yes.
wasn't there
outside.
a
Curious
boat we're
about it.
supposed
Yeah.
to catch too?
Yes.
When's
Well.
that boat gonna be here?
That was something that you wanted to do anyway.
Does anybody know
Sorry?
when the boat's gonna be here? We were trying to catch that boat as well.
Yes,
It
we were
wasn't-
going to...
I
Go
just don't want us
to-
to forget about it.
What's the town called?
Did it say in here? And Ruby hands the dossier to Aldrin.
Aldrin's gonna start reading the book.
Just give
Just
me a
put it in
luck
Ruby's
check, I
face.
guess. Give me a luck check to see whether just a flat d20 to see. You can either go odds or evens, but call it first.
Odds.
Okay, so roll a flat d20, and if it's /r 1d20, and if you get odds, then you open it to exactly the right page. Evens. You open it to a page that doesn't talk about towns and cities, but does talk about the previous given names of those people who became slaves. They're not considered people anymore. Their names struck from their lives. Often they keep them with them. They continue to call themselves that. That's perfectly normal. Ruby, you remember that? As all of this is being read out loud by Aldrin, you remember three people in particular. Leopold, Greta, and Marvin were other slaves who were kept alongside you in those cages. There are four others, though, that you don't recognize the names of. They were either before or after your time. They go by the name Murphy Selenia, Luna Slater, Zelda Pancake, and Calchester Frang.
Any chance I can ask for those to be written down in a chat somewhere? Because I'm not going to be able to write that down quickly enough
I'll write it
myself.
down. Yeah, I'll write it down. Yeah.
Thank you
So,
kindly.
so yeah, you don't get the town name, but you definitely get that
Alright.
there are names of people that you would recognize. Let me put this into the tavern, so you have got it.
Thank you. Saves 5 people asking for the names again.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Can I just do that for my notes? And I was keeping notes, 6 different notes. There you go. There we are.
Thanks.
So they're in the tavern Alandressa if you wish to look for them later. So that's what you get at this junction. So unlucky on the page turning there. But yeah, there is a ship and it will be moving somewhere. Just, do you want to go there now or not?
I mean, if the ship leaves and we just leave his friend in prison, there are no guards to feed her.
That is very true. Also, if we miss the ship, though, we might lose out on information that we need. Do we split up?
I think Victor's reloading. Hold on a moment.
Oh, yep.
says the connection had dropped, so.
Gotcha.
I mean, I don't think personally that I can fly to catch up with the ship that fast. I don't know how fast the ship is going to go.
Well, it was going at some clip when it left Dreidel. They ships do have a speed, and their speed far outweighs that of a single creature.
Yeah,
Unless
because my
you're like a
fly speed
dragon.
is 50.
And yeah, the sailing speed of a ship is like 200. So yeah, you're not going to be able to keep up with it. Much less
I thought
catch
there
up.
was a ship coming into town that we were trying to meet up with in like a day's time, or
anybody who
like
wants
2
to
days'
can give me a
time.
history check, and we'll go by the history check. If you get the history check, then I'll give it to you. Aldrin,
Right, Aldrin.
you are searching your memory palace, your mind palace, and with a 23, you only needed an 18. You certainly remember that there was a ship that is going to go to Leominster Port, which is on the west coast of Redwall. It's a long, old sailing journey. It goes over the northern horn of the whole country / territory. And that it would take usually something around 2 days to arrive there, and it has been 1 day so far. If you were going to make your way to Leominster, you would need to make it there within a day. You remember that it would take a normal journey on foot between here and there about 2 weeks. So if you're going to make it there, then you either need to have some kind of magic get you there, or you need to have some kind of contraption get you there.
Gotcha. I will share this information with everybody.
Well, I'm outside, so I don't know if I can hear you.
Well, I'll tell you when you get back.
Yeah. Well, as Victor isn't here right now, I think that we're going to need to play for Victor's motives, and I can only imagine that Victor would want to make sure that Areli is safe and well, and so would probably want to prioritize that for himself. But it's up to you guys what you guys want to do. Ash, with
Victor just said that...
the investigation check of 9 on the horn, you know nothing more of the horn than anybody else has already tried.
Okay, can I look at the tentacle and try to see what that is? I'm just buying time until Victor comes back.
Literally, the others already did it in the last session. It's a kraken.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just come back in.
You said that Victor said something.
Yeah, we sounded like robots.
Oh. Okay.
And that he's gonna reload and shouldn't be more than a few moments.
Fair enough. It's a common problem with Discord, I think.
Yeah, it is.
You're not robots to me. Here we go.
Sorry, apologies.
Yeah, you're all good. Welcome back. So we were just discussing that we thought that perhaps your motive would be to search for Areli and maybe bust her out of jail, because the potential is that she might be, with no guards around, she might be left to starve in the cage.
Yes, I think we should at least check on her first, but we did intend to talk to Merlin, I believe, right?
Well, this was the other thing, was that you wanted to go to Leominster Port, and that Merlin might be able to help you with that.
Yes.
I don't mind scoping out and see if Merlin would be willing while you guys go to the prison.
Either's fine. I don't imagine.
Do you want me to come with you to Merlin?
You can if you'd like, Ash. I'm happy for the company.
I think I'll tag along with you two. Because I think Victor and Isabel can handle it, yeah?
Although, just as a reminder, somebody is supposed to protect somebody and stay with them.
I know. B as B knows. Ruby as Ruby also knows. Ruby still makes that
was-
decision.
Yeah, this was out of character. Just I remember.
Yeah,
I took notes.
yeah.
So which group
Yes,
is
don't
going
worry, Ruby's
where?
made that decision for a reason.
I don't know. I feel like I'm too dumb to get back into Merlin's place. I'll
Well, I
go.
mean, we still have to teleport out together.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go with the prison group.
Yes, I don't intend to be there very long. I just need to check that she is safe.
Plus,
Is it
if,
easier for you
It's
to go
always
without?
good to have backup.
Okay.
if
Do
the
you
lock
want-
picking fails, you can melt the lock.
Melt.
Yeah.
No.
Do you want backup, Victor? Is it easier for you on your own? I'm just thinking of our group dynamics on previous quiet missions.
um,
Oh, I mean, there's no
I
guards now.
yes, I think it'll be fine. I'm just if there's guards, then we leave. If there are no guards, then we figure it out. I'm happy for us to go together. I believe it's not very far across the town.
Okay.
No, it's in the
Good.
same district.
Yeah, I think we're going almost in the same direction. So I just want to check that the building hasn't collapsed on our head. I don't plan on performing a jailbreak anytime soon.
Okay. No worries. Are
Unless
we
he's trapped in there
splitting
and then
this? Are we splitting this cash and
yes.
heading out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
What-
Everybody
Very
can add
conveniently.
2,000 gold coins to their inventory then.
Woohoo.
Woo! We have money.
It's paid.
Shiny.
Does this count as a short rest since we've just been standing around talking?
You would have to be
Asking
here
for me.
for an hour. You can take a long short rest if you want.
Yes, please.
Right.
Or do we go before our mayor wakes up?
Well, you take the short rest. It's up to you whether you stay here long enough for the mayor. I mean, you're gonna have to take a rest. You know, it's you can take a short rest without having a nap. You get what I mean? Like a short rest is not necessarily a sleep. So you would potentially see the mayor get up and leave if they did. It just means that you would be cutting your short rest short if you did anything about it.
It's entirely up to you. I'm okay.
Aldrin needs a rest.
We can. I mean, there's food here and drink. We can stay here a while.
Mm.
Okay.
Even a short rest would help.
All right, everybody takes a short rest then. Click it off on your sheet. It's at the top. It looks like a little knife and fork symbol. The mayor does get up in the time of your short rest and does walk over to the portal and go inside. He staggers his way there, but he does so anyway. Almost all of you have done it. It's just Victor that hasn't. Do you need to take your short rest as well?
I'm going to. I'm just trying to decide how many hit dice I want to roll.
Lovely. You get a
'Cause
nice.
I didn't
3.
realize. Yeah, that's garbage. That's 3 back. I'll take it. It's fine. I'm not gonna die. I'll be okay.
Right.
I was gonna roll 2, but I couldn't.
So you all decide to take this rest. You gather together at the portal mouth, I assume, afterwards. Is that correct? You're all going through?
I believe so. Yes.
All right.
We're gonna join hands and such again. To make sure we all make it through together.
Good stuff. I wanted to check.
How do I just roll my
I
hit
was
die?
not going to remind you.
When you click on the little fork and knife, the little window pops up. On that window, there's select dice to roll.
Okay, cool. I missed it.
Yeah.
But I got it now, so I'm good.
So you all take hold of the brooch and jump through together. You end up back where you were. Yay.
Yes.
Why have I got a token missing from this? Why is Ash not in this picture? Are you underneath somebody? Yeah, you are. Okay.
I'm right here.
You were underneath someone. So as you all come through, you land in the hole underneath because obviously gravity. What direction are you all headed to now?
Towards the jail, I believe.
Okay. You all head
Unless-
over towards the jail then.
Is Rumpelstiltskin's shop en route? Do we go past it?
Yeah, it's on your right as you leave this building.
Do we want to check if our friend, and I do air quotes as I say friend, is back home? Because we may need to have some stern words with him for ditching us on the way.
Yeah, you can take a look at the shop as you walk past.
Yeah, I
You
wish to
came
do
through
that.
the windows.
Yeah, I just want to see if he's home.
Sure.
I don't see it.
The door is boarded up. Everything inside looks like it's gone.
Motherfucker.
Well, he skipped out.
I don't think I like our goblin friend very much.
Why would you ever not like him? He is a goblin who sells cursed items. Doesn't even sell them.
Victor has trust issues.
Yeah, he just gives them away.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll keep this here for everybody else, but for the for the streaming audience, I'm going to change over to one of our animated backgrounds because we don't really need the battle map anymore. So you all head over towards the jail together, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
You head over there. The door is slightly ajar. I assume, Victor, that you just lead the way for everybody.
Yeah, I've been before. I'll show them the way.
Yeah, there you go then.
Um,
So you all
I
end
will-
up here at the opening to the guards' sort of bunkhouse, barracks, whatever you want to call it. The door is slightly ajar. You can head inside if you wish.
yes, but cautiously. I want to sneak in, basically.
Stealth.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out here.
Roll
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna ask everybody to just give me a moment, and I'll check if it's clear.
All right. So Victor, head in. Give me a stealth and a perception check.
Yep. Stealth.
Stealth of 12.
Oh my god, awful. Perception better be higher. How?
16.
Okay.
Okay. There's nobody inside of the barracks. You don't see anybody here.
Okay.
One of the commoners outside does spot you going in. Doesn't seem to give a shit.
Okay.
Just goes about his day.
Okay.
Oh, I saw he just buggered off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just he has other things to deal with. The city has just imploded. He doesn't care about people walking into the guard barracks.
Yeah, fine.
So yeah, you take a step inside and you can see that this first area, the sort of like seated, the like laying area, the hammocks, the beds, this is all completely bare. There's the chests with the guards' belongings and stuff, but it's just like strewn across the floor, strewn across the beds. They're open. There's nothing really of value you can see in any of those chests. It just looks like, you know, these are not particularly well-paid workers who keep what they can here and keep what else that is valuable to them at their homes, potentially.
Sure.
You remember that there are two doors here that lead to where the animals are kept and also where Areli was kept. Because they don't really have, as we explained last time, they don't really have a proper jail cell in this city. It's too small of a place to keep a jail.
Okay. I will just not shout, but let everybody know that they can come in. So I believe there's nobody here, so it's safe to come in.
Right. Is everybody just heading in?
You're sure?
No,
Okay. What's
I'm
Ruby
gonna-
doing?
Wait, where's Ruby
Ruby
going?
will. Ruby's staying outside, just standing guard.
All right.
Oh, okay. Kind of makes sense.
So everybody else heads inside then, I assume, or is Eldrin staying out as well?
Aldrin's gonna stay outside as well. A little uncomfortable with jail and the thought of it.
There's no frogs in here. You'd hate it.
Yeah.
Look, this is all
No
new to Ash,
frogs,
so
no
Ash is
interest.
having a good time.
Yeah. Ash, you're aware that people cut down trees and make things of them. This is definitely one of those places. A lot of beds, a lot of hammocks, a lot of floorboards, a lot of wall braces, a lot of ceiling bars. There's just about every different type of tree you can see in here, but they've all been carved up and cut and used for other purposes.
It's intriguing because I've never seen anything like that, so I'm wanting to see all of it that I can.
Love that. Okay, so you're inside now. Are you going to head in towards where the guards were keeping Areli?
Yes, I'll head straight that way. I don't know if everybody else is doing that, but I'm gonna head straight that way again, cautiously, because I don't really know what's going on with the guards disappearing, and I don't want there to be any nasty surprises. So I'm going slowly and just kind of like checking for danger as I go, essentially.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Yeah, I also don't know if I fully trust my friend anymore to not just be around the corner waiting to murder me, as I think she does that for a living.
Sure. With
Cool.
the sleight of hand, you easily and deftly open the door. What you see on the other side is an empty cage with the door swung open and 3 hyenas loping in the open.
Oh, shit.
The question is, do you want to go inside and investigate further, or do you want to close the doors?
Because I am now worried that they have eaten my friend.
Okay.
And this is somebody that he grew up with, so I think he cares a bit too much to not know.
All right.
How close am I to the hyenas?
Well, let me put your token directly in front of it.
Yeah, thank you.
Are we about to fight some hyenas?
I don't know.
I think that depends on what Victor chooses to do in this moment. Doors open, walk inside. Doors closed.
Okay,
Keep the problem at bay.
So I'm going to. The cage. I can't see. I can't see into the cage from peeking through.
Yeah,
the
you
door
can
now.
see it. Yeah. It's right there by the door. The door opens towards you. You can see that as you peek around the corner, that the cage door is open and there's nobody inside.
And there's no blood that I can see.
Give me a perception check, but you would need to get closer to the door if you wanted to do that.
Yes. Do you need stealth for
You
me
would
to
need
do that
here.
sneakily?
If you wish to do it stealthily, then you would need to do the stealth check. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'll do the stealth check first to try and peer through. Yeah.
13 stealth.
I was about to say I was gonna cast guidance, but
Okie dokie.
it's too late.
Well, the hyenas do not have the ability to have advantage on perception checks by smell. However, they do have proficiency in perception. And
there's 3 of them.
Thankfully, you have beaten them by matching their number. 13 beats a 13. Meet or beat it. So your stealth beats their perception.
Cool. May I take the guidance for my perception check?
Sure.
Okay.
So you add a D4 to that?
Yep.
That's a 15 perception. With a 15, you can tell that there is no blood on the floor here that would indicate... There is blood. It's a small amount, but it's not what you would consider enough to say that somebody has been eaten.
Yes. Okay, then
that would be a significant amount of blood, and there would still be the carcass and remains. There's no evidence of that here. It's up to you whether you go inside to see even better, and risk the hyenas, or
I
if
think
you're happy at
I'll-
this stage.
Yeah, I think at that, I think I know. I have a kind of inkling of what she's capable of, so that she likely was able to escape.
Yeah.
Without any guards, so I'm going to quietly close the door.
Okay.
I'm going to tell everybody. So, there are hyenas in here, so please don't open the door. In any fashion, really, unless you can avoid it. Unless you really want to fight some hyenas today, but I think it's better to avoid.
Okay, so you found that Areli is no longer in the guards' barracks. You found that the guards are no longer in the guards' barracks, but the hyenas are. Where do you wish to go now?
Probably to Merlin, right?
Everybody agree with that?
Yes, I believe so. Just before we go, I'm going to see if I can see any footprints in this room that may be
Okay.
like fresh, or any marks of somebody like rushing through here to get out.
Give me an investigation check.
Yep. Because I don't think she'll have come this way, but I think I would like to check just before we leave.
A 26 investigation check. That's pretty fucking good. Well, with a 26, you can see the things that other people might look past. Yeah, you can tell that somebody may have walked by here with some blood on them, but these are guards. You know, they get bloodied all the time. What's to tell one person's blood from another? Well, the age of it. You can tell that there's some fresh blood here and that it's been trickling from one particular direction and it's been going outwards, not back and forth across the room. So that's a pretty good sign that it seems this person has fled from here. Now, from the blood, you could probably tell as well, she was wearing shackles on her wrists. You imagine that without a key or any kind of bobby pin, that she must have slipped the shackles somehow, and might have done that by breaking a thumb or just brute forcing it. And, well, there's always going to be some blood when it happens that way.
Yeah, but it's not like a worrying amount of blood.
No. An injury that would heal in time. So yeah, you get the sense that she slipped her bonds and escaped without a great kerfuffle with these hyenas. And is probably the reason that the door was left ajar. So yeah, you get this strong sense that she has escaped.
Cool. I think everyone will see me looking for tracks, so I won't hide the fact that I'm doing that. And I'm like, okay, I think she escaped with a very minor injury, but I think she escaped. So.
Oh, that's lucky.
Sorry?
Well, that's lucky.
Yes. I can't imagine she'd be easy to track, so perhaps we should go about our business with Merlin.
Yeah. Anybody got any other burning issues that you want to do before you leave the guard barracks? Just so I'm not cheating anybody of any checks of any kind.
Aldrin expresses to Ruby the disappointment of the lack of frogs at the jail.
Maybe next time.
You want frogs to be in jail?
No.
Why would you imprison frogs?
Frogs.
No, they're like therapy frogs, you know.
Yeah.
Why would prisoners want to
comfort
have therapy
frogs.
frogs?
What are they for the guards? I don't know.
I guess the guards are hopping mad, but
Okay. You all head over towards Merlin's.
that was a totally unprecedented plan.
Oh, you. I'm shaking my fist at you right now. Okay. You end up back at Merlin's. Do you head inside?
Knock, knock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please no riddles.
Okey
Please no riddles.
dokey.
Yes.
Yep, let's go through
Funny
this again.
you should say that, because you all head inside, and yes, there are riddles. I'm going to need to move you all back out here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, there we go.
Again.
Yeah.
Merlin, hello. I've
Okay.
done this before.
Here we go.
Just come in.
You are back to where you were before. You now need to answer more riddles to get inside, I'm afraid.
Okay. Perhaps we should discuss until we are sure we have them right, and then one of us in turn speaks them.
How about
I think we just disappear when we say the
Could
answer.
we have like a group question?
Yeah.
And we say maybe we try saying the answer all at the same time.
I mean, yeah, you could. Here, let me just change the view.
Speaking as a stupid barbarian, could people help me?
Is there a door anywhere? From our recollection of being here, and this is to the DM, is there a door anywhere?
Is there a door anywhere?
Yeah, because we've been here before, so I was wondering if we have vague understanding of where a door may be.
Well, there's no real door in front of you that you can see. It's not like there's a seam in the stone. There's something here that opens the door for you by teleporting you inside. But you do need to be able to answer the riddles to do that. That's the issue here.
Fair enough.
Oh my god, I can't believe that Dungeon Alchemist just followed me. Thank you so much. Your work is just amazing. I use all of it.
Maybe need to say, hey Merlin, is there a way we can have a shortcut in the future?
Adore this.
Did it take us straight to his tower though? I think that... Yes, okay. I don't remember if we did something else in between.
Huge fan, Dungeon Alchemist. Huge fan.
Would I remember if we did?
Thank you. I think I had to make this one myself. A lot of them I browsed through this
wasn't real, but then
Steam
we went up
browser,
the stairs.
but yeah, this was one that I made myself.
To the right.
I friggin' love your stuff. Thank you so much for everything you make. And thanks for the follow. That was so sick.
Anything off the floor.
Right.
Well, I mean, you're back at Merlin's tower, and there are going to be riddles. It's up to you whether you want to answer those riddles or not.
What's the riddle?
Fine.
Excuse me, statue. Statue, could we please have a group riddle, please, statue?
So I don't remember the voice of the statue that answered you the last time, so we're going to go with a different statue this time. The one on the other side is going to answer, and we're just going to do a different voice so that I can remember it. This one's like, oh boy, well, I'm sorry, but we don't have a group riddle.
What about the same riddle 6 times?
Well, that would be cheating.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cheat.
Riddle number 1. What is tall when it's young and short when it's old?
A candle.
And Ash disappears.
Hey guys, we don't know if that was right or not, do we?
No.
I think it was right.
I think it was right
as well. But,
hey, by the way, not to ruin anybody's fun in answering these riddles or anything, but I just wanted to share with all of you the very cool thing that just happened in stream. The developers, the program creators, the coders, the artists, the geniuses that created the map creator program that I use, Dungeon Alchemist, just entered the chat and followed me.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, they came into my chat and I sent them your way.
So friggin' cool. They what, sorry?
They came into my chat and I sent them your way because I said it's your map.
Very cool. Yeah, they said, nice looking map, have a wonderful stream. That's so cool. I saw them follow me and I was like, wait, what?
No, stay.
Dungeon Alchemist just followed me? What?
Yeah. Is that the one that's on the Steam as well?
Awesome.
It is
Love
on
the
Steam,
maps.
yeah. It's on Steam.
Yeah, that's very cool.
It's so Dungeon Alchemists are the best.
I should hit them up and invite them next time.
They are. Hey man, they are amazing. They do great work, and it was a friend that was a a friend who was a player in my first campaign who gifted it to me on Steam because he saw how difficult I was finding making maps using just Photoshop. And so he gifted it, and then I realized, well, I can't just make maps and not have a way of displaying them to you. So then I bought Foundry, and together with the two systems, it works just so seamlessly that we ended up with this. And that's how you find this today. So yeah, that's a very cool thing that I just wanted to share with everybody because that's an awesome thing. Anyway, so
put it on my wish list.
you've got the one person has blinked out of existence. Okay.
Next riddle, I suppose.
Okay. What can travel around the world but stays in one spot?
The moon?
And Aldrin blinks out of existence. Ash, you see Aldrin appear next to you.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hey.
What occurs once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years?
What's the blue moon?
Letter M.
Oh.
Was Isabel, was that an answer that you gave?
Nah.
No? No?
Are you sure?
Okay then.
Oh god, I...
It's the right answer.
Ruby disappears. Okay.
I know blue moon is an answer to a riddle.
All right then. Hey, no comment. Right, let me just... I'm just scrolling through so I can find another riddle that's actually going to be any good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that may have been a riddle from last time that I remember the answer to.
Oh, was it?
It did sound familiar, actually, yes.
Yeah, I don't mind you chucking me back out.
Maybe we should ask him to get us a key cut.
Yeah, I think it's only in the spirit of fairness that we actually get you to answer a proper riddle.
That's completely fair. I didn't want to be a cheat. I'm sorry.
Actually, and you should actually let me go in and lose because I did answer.
It's fine. It was an old riddle. We'll just retcon it.
Next time it's a repeated riddle, no one say anything.
Actually, do you know what? I take issue with this riddle. I am going to ask it, but I know the correct answer.
Which is heavier, a pound of gold or a pound of feathers?
Wait. Should we try saying it at the same time? Excuse me, statue.
Pound is the same, no matter what it is.
Briar disappears and heads inside.
Okay. Statue, if we say the answer at the same time, can we all pass? Just clarify.
You can certainly try. I'm not sure whether you would succeed.
Right.
Also, guys, I think Brian may have said the wrong answer just then, just FYI, because a pound is a measurement of weight, which factors in density, I think. So I think that was wrong.
No, because it's a pound is a pound, regardless. You just have a lot of feathers.
I am burning to say the answer here, but I will not because I don't want to show my hand.
You have to tell us once this is all over.
Right.
This is where I can't remember
should
physics.
have prepared for this sooner. Right. Blah, blah. Okay.
What goes up but never down?
I'm really struggling with these today. Maybe we try, and I'm gonna write on a piece of paper, the words your age,
actually gonna think that.
and then I'm gonna indicate to everyone like a 3, 2, 1 countdown and we all say it at the same time, which is hard to do over Discord. So, do we need to roll something to see if we all say it at the same time? I don't know how you want to do this because I don't know how.
I mean, you could just like, in this world, you would just have your fingers up, right? You would just be going 3, 2, 1, silently mouthing it.
Yes. Yeah.
So, do you want to do
we
that? Is everybody doing that
together?
together?
And I'm showing them what to say, so we say it together. Yes, and the answer's your age, how old you are.
Okay. You say that, and you all blink inside of the room.
Oh wow, it does work.
Yeah.
We should have done that the first time.
Either that, or we all got punished for it.
Or you all got punished
Is
for
anyone a clone?
Oh, we're all dead. Yes.
Is anyone a clone?
Is
Can I
anyone
check?
I'm patting myself down.
Let's do this again. Hey, Face, how many living bodies are in this room with you right now?
4.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's still a lie.
You think it's a lie because it's the same answer as before?
Yeah.
Okay,
And 2
well,
people didn't get the answers wrong.
yes, I know I would probably say this, but I am in the room. The magic versions would probably say that too, I would imagine.
Well, shall we just go to Merlin and ask for our friends back?
Yes, it seemed to work last time.
Sounds logical.
All right. We skip through all of the fun parts, I guess, and just head straight back over to the area of the tower where Merlin is.
I mean, this is a fun part too. Come on.
Merlin.
Who died?
Merlin looks troubled. Looks like he has not been sleeping the whole time that you have been away. While you've been sleeping, he has been studying. He's been looking through books and scrolls and everything that he can. And you can see just all of them strewn all over the floor. More strewn than they were before. He was already a messy guy. It's even worse now. And he looks at you and something dawns on him. For one, he realizes that he's spilt a load of egg down his top. He's been eating just messily out of the fountain, it seems. And he just seems to have a hankering for eggs, maybe. Because it's just smeared down the front. And another thing dawns on him, that 2 of you are not who you were. Aldrin and Briar, he snaps back into reality. The 2 of you got your riddle answers wrong. Mars, can you remember what the riddle was that I asked you?
Yeah, what rotates around the Earth but doesn't move?
Oh, that's it. What can travel around the world but stays in one spot? So it wouldn't be the moon because the moon orbits the Earth. It doesn't stay in one spot. But the answer is a stamp. And what is heavier, a pound of gold or a pound of feathers? It has nothing to do with density, in fact. It's actually the unit of measurement that they use. Although they're both called a pound, they are measured in very subtly different ways, and they are called that, but they don't use the same, units of measurement. So in fact, they are ever so slightly different, and a pound of gold is slightly heavier than a pound of feathers, I believe. Because although they call them a pound, there are multiple different, standards of what a pound is called. And it's like York weight and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, there is actually an answer to that. Just like there is a real answer to what came first, the chicken or the egg. The egg came first because eggs were around before chickens were.
So like a buttload is a real measure of measurement.
Yes, it is. Yeah. That's one that I said the other day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, buttload is an actual unit of measurement.
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go. So you see Merlin. He looks troubled. His glasses have slipped down his nose. He seems like he realizes, but he just doesn't have the energy to push them back up again. And he stares at all of you after he snapped his fingers and brought 2 of you back. The
Hi,
2
Merlin.
of you, Aldrin and Briar, you remember the extra-dimensional space you were just stood in. It's just a black void with nothing around you.
That was weird.
Yeah.
I can imagine Brian just standing there crossed arms like, oh, here we go again.
So you're back, are you?
I think so.
Yes. How are you?
Well, you mentioned somebody that I've been troubled to find information out about. I'm afraid none of my texts know anything much about the Holy Man. I will need to go and seek information elsewhere from older and more wiser folks than I. It unfortunately means that I will need to close my tower while I do so. I stayed here for as long as I did so that you could find a way out to a place, I suppose, just to, use my teleporter one last time before I need to go and use it myself.
Who's older and wiser than you?
Oh,
I
my
was just gonna ask
dear.
who's wiser.
My dear, I do like you. For the wise comment, perhaps not the old part. Look, I've been around for a long time. I have seen many things. I have certainly not seen worlds made, though, and I have not seen evils created. Not of this magnitude, at least. I need time to find the right person, and I am not even sure that that person exists. But I'm not going to find them in an old man's tower, so I need to find it somewhere else.
Bermuda.
Okay, maybe ask where you're
And
going.
you, my
Perhaps we
dear,
could
I
accompany you.
am so very sorry if what I said might have took you by surprise the last time. I hope you've found some strength in figuring out what's going on.
Strength is not the word I would necessarily use.
Well, then, perhaps take solace in the fact that there are maybe not many ways of changing the past, but there are certainly ways of fixing the future. And there are, it seems, many people around you who seem to wish to help in that. I will do what I can if you have anything for me to do. I am a magic user. I don't know if you're aware of that. I am a wizard. Is there anything that in particular that you wish for me to do before you all go?
I just wish to apologize to you for prior scaring of you. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm really sorry.
I am a small man. I am scared by many things. I've lived a long life, but I want to hold on to it.
What about getting to that boat, guys?
Well, if you wish for me to help you in any regard other than teleportation, I will do what I can. Otherwise, I need to go about my business.
Will we be able to find you again in the future?
Anywhere that one of my doors is in another town or city, but I won't necessarily be behind it. You'll need to just go about the normal ways of finding me. Ask. Ask people.
Yes. Okay.
Merlin, can I ask you a question that sort of cropped up within our group?
Of course.
So, a couple of us have had some very strange experiences in the night.
Okay.
You know anything?
In dreams as well.
Yeah.
In dreams? I see.
Yeah. A visitor calls himself a stranger and a friend.
Oh.
Calling.
Anything you may know of them?
I've heard tales, but they are never normally with any much detail. Seems nobody's ever really seen who they are.
Well, it was a shadowy type figure, and it wanted to be friends in my dream, and it sat down on the bed next to me, and like the bed depressed when they sat down. Again, this was a dream. It wasn't, at least I think it was a dream.
When you look at the world, you look at it through rose-tinted glasses. You might not recognize that. You might think that you are more perceptive than you are. You might think that you are a strong investigative type. Looking over towards Victor. You might think that you have a bird's eye view of things, looking at Ash. You might even think that you have a feline sense of your surroundings. Nodding up at Ruby. The trouble is that you always look past the friend who is sat beside you. And I think perhaps that is the advantage that this creature wishes to gain from its friends. Them looking past it.
So, when it spoke to me in my dream, it said it wanted to help me, but not my friends.
I see. And did it say in which way it wished to help you?
It was very vague.
Ah.
It said that it would want me to help it, and then in turn, it would help me.
Really, the thing with this creature is it has been around for a very, very long time. It has existed before the gods that you know did.
Oh, one more thing. I think it was spider-like. That's the feeling I got from it.
Ah.
I've lived in the woods, I've seen spiders, and that's just the feeling.
Many who have become friends with this creature have not lived to speak of it for much longer. The few who have left behind some mention of there being a spider that came and sat down beside them. It became friends with them, and soon after the texts, well, they end.
Right. Okay. Do you know anybody that would, or where we could find more information about not that everything you say isn't incredibly valuable to us, but...
Well, I try not to overshare, but unfortunately it seems I'm not very good at that. He looks up at Ruby.
I was wondering, you said that there were few who survived. Is there anybody that we could still talk to?
Not to my knowledge. I must ask, have any of you become friends with this creature? He scans around the room at all of you.
I would not. I still have no idea what I don't know what they're talking about still.
Yes.
I say no, and I look over at Ruby without trying to make it obvious that I'm looking at Ruby.
Can I have an insight on action?
You can insight check Ash. And what's Ruby's response?
Huh?
What's Ruby's response?
Ruby's not saying a word.
Okay. Is Ruby trying to hide anything, or are you an open book right now?
Oh no, she's trying to hide, so I can do a deception check if you'd like.
Think you might need to.
I think I'm going to just not pry.
Okay.
Out of respect to my friends, I'm gonna let them have their secrets. I trust them enough.
Merlin, even with a nat 1, beats your deception, Ruby.
Wow, we both rolled so low.
But you still see something in him. He's not hiding his body language. You see something in him that he conceals from everybody else. That he gives you a knowing look, but hides it as a way of him just saying, "Okay, so nobody here has seen this. I understand. Well, it is a good job that none of you have become friends with this creature, because it seems that those who do find a bitter end at some point or another."
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
Then
it can be, although some people wish for the end. There are some cruelties which even death is a balm compared to.
Merlin?
Yes.
Okay.
Merlin, can I ask a favor of you, please?
You're very quiet on the mic. I'll just say you
Sorry.
sort of like when you speak softly, it barely even registers as a thing. So yeah, Merlin hears that you want a favor. Yes, of course.
Are you able to try and send some funds back home for me? I don't trust conventional means.
Of course. Well, I need to go about my business, and I will be traveling around anyway, so I might just pop in myself. I can be subtle. I can be subtle.
Thank you, Merlin. I mean,
No, go ahead.
you could go yourself if you want, but I don't know if you have magical means to send anything either. Forgive me, I'm not a magic user myself.
I have limited magic.
That actually is a good idea. Could I send some funds to my group as well? Back in Ninefront.
I can certainly try, yes.
I mean, I was
As I
said to
say,
get
I
rat
have
meat
limited
and-
magic, yes.
I mean, I
I'd
was
be
said
very
to
grateful if you could
Yeah.
do this for myself and Isabel of send things back to our homes.
Of course.
Well,
It will
I've not
just
so
be
much
another
anything.
leg on my journey, I suppose.
I'm not sure how close Isabel and I would be requesting for where your travels are, but if
Well,
you
as I
happen to
say,
be
I
going
have
toward...
limited magic. I can use magic up to a point.
Thank you, Merlin.
Thank you so much.
And Ruby hands a pack of 2,000 gold to Merlin.
Lovely. And how much does Isabel give?
Oh gosh, you've run up me already. I was going to do 1,000.
Well, you need spends, don't you?
I have
You
one gold.
gotta get an ice cream by the beach.
I'll tell you what,
a few gold coins in your pocket.
I'll tell you what,
everybody. It's fine. I don't have family, so I got you.
I'll tell you what. I'll do 1,000, but I'll help Ruby if she gets in trouble financially a bit.
Just out of
Sounds
character,
good.
don't forget Ruby has a massive ruby medallion on, so she's not doing too badly.
Oh, okay.
It still needs to be valued. You don't know exactly how much it's worth, but it's probably worth more than that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm still gonna give 1,000 because it's better than rat meat that I was trying to
100%.
go.
100%.
Yeah, so as long as they're careful.
More or less, that's your quest finished from the first session now, because you were trying to get a way for them to get food, like, reliably. Now they are getting food reliably. 1,000 gold is an incredible amount of money for a small group. So yeah, you're essentially like, that's, if this was a video game, you would be getting the gold tick and a bit of XP. Okay, so Merlin accepts this. Yep.
I have a question for the group.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be smarter to get onto the boat or get into the city that we need to go to?
I think teleportation circles only teleport to other teleportation circles. I'm correct?
Yeah, but we're here with Merlin.
I also think it may be wise that we go and have a long rest somewhere.
Well, you're welcome to long rest here, but you will need to let me know now, or I will be leaving and you'll be stuck here. This place only works when I'm here, you know.
Are you able to send us onto a moving ship, Merlin?
Well, the door is linked to the other doors that are around the territory of Redwall. You would need to find travel from there, I would imagine. Where is it that you're headed exactly?
Limbra port, I believe.
Do you mean Liminster? Or Linbra? Is it Linbra?
Linbra port.
I will. Yes. Linbra rings a bell. I think I said Liminster earlier. It's not Liminster.
Okay.
It is Linbra. I had a brain fart. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I had a brain fart. That's actually the place that the Nooker story that I animated is from. The Liminster Nooker. That's why I got mixed up with it. I think I might have based Linbra on it. But yeah, no. So, sure. Oh yes, Linbra. Yes. Well, one of my doors does exist in Linbra. You will need to go through the door there.
Okay.
And I think we'll beat the ship there, so we'll have time to prepare and rest.
Is there anything that I can do for you here?
Will we be able to get out of your house there?
Yes.
Would you take a look at these for me also? I'm going to show him the runes from the teleportation thing. That I copied into my book from the guy's tattoos, and also the brooch and symbol.
Right.
Just to see what he kind of makes of that.
Sure.
And then
I think I know some of this. I would need to speak with someone more learned than myself again, though, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Also, one other question, Merlin.
Of course.
If that's all right. I held on to this chest to read what it said, and it said, "Fetters away, venom stopped, armies roar, Ragnarok." Does that mean anything to you?
Yes. Yes, it does. Where would you be in such a place as to read this?
It was the island with 4 points. And a kraken.
Oh.
And a horn.
Oh.
Yes, we teleported to somewhat of a safe room, I think.
Safe is not the word I would use.
Should we be worried about the guy we left there?
Yes, we
Oh,
left the
you
mayor
didn't leave
there.
him
He
there.
seemed-
You did not leave him there. Remember
Oh,
I said that during
left
your
a note.
short rest he got up and left.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He so Merlin says I am not sure that you might know what is happening there. Unusual. Are you aware of what Ragnarok is? Do you know what Ragnarok is? Big rock. Well, yes and no. A big rock is what this world will be turned into. It is the end of days.
Oh.
It is what happens when Loki slips his bonds. And it just so happened that there were 4 people appointed to keep him there.
Oh.
And if such a day were to occur when they would not be there anymore, well, he would have more power to leave his bonds and bring about Ragnarok.
Oh,
And
that's
these
something that we don't want to
people-
happen.
Where these
You didn't blow the horn, did you?
this star.
No, we couldn't.
Somebody made it fart.
You made it fart. Oh, well.
Okay, so the people that are being killed are perhaps the guardians of Loki's prison.
In a way, yes.
I mean, who can we remember can we remember anything about the person who killed Sir Curly? I mean, they were from a group to do with Loki, right?
Yes, the acolytes of.
The Acolytes of the Hollow.
Source
You
of
also
the
remember that the piece
Acolytes
of
of
paper.
Hollow, yes.
Yeah, the Acolytes of the Hollow. You also remember that the piece of paper that you brought here for Merlin to decipher from Big Red's body was also from the Acolytes of the Hollow. That's
pattern.
essentially the link between those two. Heads removed, Acolytes of the Hollow, both related.
And these acolytes are followers of Loki, right? As far as we're aware.
I mean,
Yes.
are we gonna need to try and find this Jack at some point?
Yes, and
Protect him,
perhaps
I
protect him.
guess.
Or at least warn him. If he's as mighty as the stories say, then maybe he'll be the one protecting us.
Jack, mighty? Ha!
You know each other?
Oh, I've heard of him. Everybody's heard of Jack. He's a moron.
A moron?
Yes,
Okay,
he's a
then-
fool.
Then maybe he does
Why?
need our protection.
He came about his
You know-
power by mistake.
Oh.
I
How'd you
learned
know?
for mine. Well, I didn't, but Merlin did.
Do you mean I didn't, but Merlin did?
Yes.
I am not Merlin.
Excuse me?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was obvious with my waxy skin and such.
Eh?
I'm a facsimile of Merlin. I'm a simulacrum.
But you're not
Mm.
not Merlin, right?
I'm Merlin of a kind. I'm not the original.
Yes.
Where is the original?
Oh, I don't know.
How can you not know?
No,
Can
he
I
left
check
me
if
to
he's
guard his
told the
tower
truth
as he
there?
went off to find information.
Right. I believe he did tell us this before, actually.
He didn't actually.
I did not. Okay.
No.
Okay. So, can you tell us where the real Merlin is?
I have no idea.
So when you say you're going out and about on your travels, are you no longer then guarding the tower? How does that work?
Correct. I will no longer be guarding the tower.
So you have more than the purpose of just guarding the tower?
Well, I've not needed to abandon my duties up until this point. Now I need to. Because the real Merlin doesn't know this information that you have given me.
Oh my.
So he doesn't know
Hey.
you've spoken to us.
I would hope that I can find the original Merlin so that he is the older and wiser of the two of us. I have his power, I don't have all of his information. He's been traveling
How-
for many hundreds of years.
How many of your kind are there?
Oh, who's to say? He may have made another.
At
Did
least
he make 10?
one other?
Well, what I can tell you is, I only have the spells that I have. I have been very careful to not use them. But once they are gone, they are gone. It is the nature of being a simulacrum.
So
I am a
are you
clone.
sure?
I cannot rest. I do not rest.
Are you sure you're happy to use spells to help us, Merlin? Not.
Oh, I'm happy
for
to use
yourself.
them. I just will not get them back.
That's what I mean. I mean, you offer to help us. Are you sure?
Seems like an important task.
Do you just cease to exist once these spells are used up?
Oh no, I can still do cantrips. I just can't do spells.
Mhm.
Right. Okay.
So it's like you're
Okay, I didn't
magically
want to-
charged.
Yes, if you like.
Is there any way to recharge them?
No. Any of you can do an Arcana check if you wish. 7,
What?
11, 16,
Jeepers. Why do we have none?
15.
Oh, wow.
Four.
That's not bad for me.
Is
I
are
suppose
Briar or
it's
Victor going to
still-
do one? Yeah? Okay, so we only have
Yeah,
Briar
why not?
left. Briar, are you going to do one? Arcana. See if we can get above a 16. We're lacking at the moment. Oh, there's a 5. With your 16s and your 15, yeah, you know that simulacrums, they can't long rest, basically, is the mechanical thing. In D&D 5e, a simulacrum is not able to take a long rest. They can't be healed by regular means like other people. They not in a traditional sense, because it's not a person that you're healing. It's like a mold of wax that you're healing. So they have magic, but they also have half of the original's HP. So he is not... I mean, wizards are already very squishy. He is even more squishy than them, because he has half of their HP. So he can't long rest to regain his HP. He can't long rest to regain his spell slots. When he uses his spell slots, they're gone for good. And when he dies, he turns to wax and hair, basically.
Oof.
Oh,
The original's still around.
okay. Then please be careful on your travels.
He's very powerful. He has a lot of good spells, up to 8th level. But, yeah, he is a squishy boy. He has...
Yeah, but...
let me see what all of your HPs are, because one of you might actually have higher HP than him. Ruby definitely doesn't. I don't think I even need to look there. Right, yeah, Briar's the one of your party that has the highest HP, and Briar is nearly on par with Merlin's HP. And Merlin is a level 16 character, effectively. So, he a weak boy.
Yeah, that's super squishy.
He's a glass cannon made of wax. So, a wax cannon. So, yeah. However, that being said, one thing, as we're coming up to the end of the session, and because we're going to be long resting and going to Lynborough Port at some point, I would point out that one of the things that he can do for you is remove curse.
Okay.
Oh, but that's out of character knowledge.
Yes.
Okay? It's the kind of thing that he would explain to you. And it's the kind of thing that he would notice you carrying around with you, each of you with your cursed items. So yeah,
I mean, I guess Victor's is just glowing. It's very unsubtle.
And this whole time, Aldrin's feet have been saying, "I want to go this way. I think we should go this way."
Hey Merlin,
Let's talk about that.
could you maybe help me with the shoes?
In what sense? They look very fetching on you. I
Thank
would say
you.
as well,
I thought so
Aldrin's
too.
wearing...
However,
So
their chatter is rather obnoxious.
Aldrin is covered in frogs, is wearing moccasins that don't match each other, and is also wearing a large wizard's hat.
Yeah.
You're in quite the fetching outfit right now. So Merlin can certainly do remove curse on that. So we'll tick off a remove curse.
I'm going to take out the dagger. Is the dagger glowing now?
Yeah, it's always glowing because there's never not a rat nearby.
Right.
It's just rats are fucking everywhere.
Oh, but it was
That's the curse of it. It's like Sting from Lord of the Rings, where it glows where goblins are near or orcs, but it's rats, so it's fucking useless. So yeah, you've got a dagger that glows when rats are always near you.
Well, before you do that, is there any way I could perhaps obscure this light that you know of? It seems to shine through every fabric I've tried.
He's going to do an Arcana check to see exactly what the material point of it is. He rolls a 27 on his Arcana check.
Cool.
No.
Oh, okay. Then perhaps it is more use if you wouldn't mind stopping it shining all the time.
I can certainly do that for you. It would be my pleasure. So he does another remove curse. Any other takers for remove curse?
About my armor?
Yes.
So
yes, because you're vulnerable to 2 different damage types.
I am.
Yes. The curse is not on the armor anymore. The curse is on you because you can take off the armor and the curse remains. So he can still do the remove curse, but it's not the armor that he's fixing, it's you. So he would need to do it on both if he was going to remove its effects and also remove its impact on you. Do you want him to do it twice?
I feel like that's being stingy. I'm gonna take off the armor and just have him remove it from me. I'm not gonna wear the armor.
Okay. You no longer have the what's it called? The resistance or the vulnerability. So you have managed to undo both of those things.
I mean, I still own the armor, though, right?
You
Yeah,
still
I'm
own the
worried
armor.
that
You just
it's
can't do
going
anything
to-
about it. Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm worried that it's gonna just like re-put that curse on me later.
if you wear it, it will.
Okay.
Unless you
So
want him to
being
do it
around
on the
it-
armor as well.
No, that feels stingy.
Anybody else got anything that they want to have looked at from their cursed hoard?
Excuse me, Merlin. You see,
Yes.
you're removing curses from people's items. I don't really know if my cloak has a curse. I think it just looks quite cool. But do you mind just checking it out for me?
He will do an Arcana and a... Yeah, he gets a 27 on that. And a Religion, which he gets a 30 on. Merlin looks at this and says, "Where did you come about this?"
Rumpelstiltskin in Dreedle is where we
Oh,
got all of these items.
Rumpelstiltskin. Of course.
Yeah,
I
he gave us all these.
recognize... I may not recognize this cloak, but I certainly recognize the material used to create it.
Why? What is the
Have you-
material?
Have you heard of the god Odin?
Yes.
And you know of Hugin and Munin, his companion
ravens.
birds, yes?
Yeah.
This is made of their feathers.
Oh.
Oh no.
How would he procure such feathers?
Who would ever know
I mean,
such a thing of
hopefully-
a creature as devious and as evil as Rumpelstiltskin? What I
I
would
knew
say
it.
is,
During molting season.
if you ever...
I knew it, and I kick whatever's close to me. I kick it in anger
A book.
and frustration.
You kick
Yeah.
a book in half. It just splits in the spine. He prestidigitates and repairs it with a
Sorry,
cantrip. Mending cantrip.
excuse me. I'm
Back
not,
to normal.
I'm not.
Don't worry,
Rumpelstiltskin's
I
biggest
kick these
fan.
things a lot. I can't kick it quite as far as you, though, I must say. You are an impressive fellow. He basically explains that Hugin and Munin know every time that you use it for the perception check ability, essentially. And they get increasingly infuriated every single time. So that when you do eventually see them for the first time, that they will be that much pissed off at you for having used their feathers to use that ability.
Oh.
So I have been keeping a tally of every time that you have used the perception check.
Yeah, but I've only used it like twice because it's only been like 2 days.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. Because it's not every perception check, is it?
Yeah.
It's only the
It's-
first one of the day.
It's the first one of the day, exactly.
Yeah, cool.
Then-
Merlin, you know Rumpelstiltskin. Is there a way of not having this cloak anymore and it not following me around?
So I can confirm that you've used it twice.
Thanks.
Well, it is cursed in of a nature. I'm not sure that my abilities would be able to remove that aspect of it. You could continue to use it,
Oh,
but you would, of course, you would need to deal with Hugin and Munin when the day came.
I'm not sure I any longer feel comfortable wearing the skin of another or more than one.
Well, it's just the
creature.
feathers. It's not their skin. But
They could have shed the feathers naturally.
somebody needed to
I-
pluck them to do
Yeah.
it, and I'm not sure that they would be
Yeah.
very happy about it.
No, it makes me feel quite uncomfortable. I'm stuck with this, aren't I, Merlin?
Well, I don't imagine that they're going to forget you. There's
I'm
nothing
not
I
sure.
can do to undo that part, I'm afraid.
That's fine. And you can't undo the curse of this cloak leaving me alone.
Not really. It's not really a curse that somebody placed on it. It's more the link to its previous owner.
Rumpelstiltskin, you mean?
Hugin and Moonin, I mean.
Oh,
Original
Oh.
owners.
yeah. I'm
So
gonna
there
be
were other cursed items that you guys had, and I'll remind you of them now. So there was the Tenin Cloak, which is the one that Ruby is discussing currently. There was the Murine Blade, which I believe we just cured, Victor, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So it's a dagger with +2 bonus, but it's still the shape of a rat skeleton.
That's
So it can't
kinda
really be
cool.
sheathed
I'm
very
okay
well.
with that.
But yeah, it doesn't glow anymore.
Cool.
There's also the Voidant Barleycorns, which were Aldrin's silk slippers, which shrink 2 sizes too small for the wearer on application to the feet. They have no other use than that.
I like my
Literally-
moccasins.
Literally just silk slippers that shrink. There's no other point to them.
But you can't take
Um,
them off.
You can take them off, it's just painful.
Oh, cool.
Fun, sad story about me. When I was young and we were poor, I didn't realise that my mum would have had enough money to buy me new shoes when my feet grew. So I just didn't tell her that my feet were growing because we were poor. So I was wearing size 2 shoes until I was a size 6. And it was only then that we realised that when I got remeasured that I needed shoes for 4 sizes worth of catch-up time. And it was not over a short period of time. In fact, my feet are bent at the arches because they basically had to grow upwards. And it's why my feet are the fucked way that they are now. Because we were poor and I didn't realise that I could speak up about it. So yeah, you can certainly wear something that's 2 sizes too small. It will shape your feet in a certain way if you do it for too long. But you know, I did it for years, so what can I tell you? Then there was the Diminishing Blade, which is not really cursed more than it is just an adamantine blade that is dull.
Yeah.
You'd need to just find someone that could sharpen it. Like an adamantine, like whetstone, essentially. There's the Corrine Hat, which was the hat that changes its type every time you remove it and will continue to be stuck to your head. Now you can have that removed and it will just become a hat. Up to you, Aldrin. Then Aldrin also had a potion that you didn't really know about. Didn't really get what that was. He will do a check for that. He got a 24. With a 24, he knows that it's the Potion of Transposition. A potion which basically inverts every roll for a given time. So any nat 1 becomes a nat 20, and any nat 20 becomes a nat 1. So we would just subtract the number from 20 every time we do it. Or it'd be 21 minus the roll. So 21 minus a nat 1 would become a nat 20. And a 21 minus a nat 20 would become a 1. And so on and so forth. Then there is Briar's gem. The one that's still stuck to your skin, I believe. He will roll an Arcana for that. He gets a 13. Not something that he's particularly familiar with, but he knows that it's cursed and he can undo it if you wanted him to.
Real quick,
Yeah.
is curse, remove curse, is that a cantrip or is that a spell?
No, it's a spell.
Oh, so it's using his spell slots.
I believe it's 3rd level.
Yeah, it's a 3rd level spell slot, and he's used all of his 3rd levels. So he's now onto his 4th level, which he's used, and now the gem comes loose from you, Briar. You no longer have a gem stuck underneath your skin.
Thank you. That was quite uncomfortable.
I can imagine. Just, nobody touch that, okay? He takes a plant pot and just puts it upside down on it like it's a spider. Okay, so that's it. I mean, you've still got the Corrine hat if you wanted that curse removed, Aldrin. Otherwise, you've got infinite hats.
I like my hat.
All right, then. So you've got infinite hats. That's all of your cursed items. This was something that he could have done the first time that you came to see him, shortly after receiving a bunch of cursed items going to see a wizard. Nobody picked up on it. So I thought I'd just offer it to you again now, a little bit more direct, because, you know, sometimes it takes...
Yeah, but now that I know that
Yeah.
he's going to disappear if he uses all spell slots, I don't want him
No,
to.
he doesn't disappear. If he uses spell slots, he just has cantrips left. He
I'm
doesn't
pretty sure
disappear.
I think it's because we're a bunch of introverted people who don't like to bother other people. It's like,
Yeah, but you do barge directly into his tower without his asking. So I wouldn't say you're that introverted who don't bother people. Do you know what I mean?
Hello, we're here. We
Yeah.
have questions.
Hi,
not
we're
gonna
in your
ask
house now.
This is my house now.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, you've got that. So, are you all going to long rest before you move out?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
One last question, Merlin, before we get
Yes,
some
of course.
sleep. Could you tell us where Rumpelstiltskin is, by any chance? Because I wish to give him his dagger back the old-fashioned way.
Oh, I see.
Mm.
Let me see if he has scry. He does not have scry, and he cannot change what he already has.
That's fine. That's okay.
He has some useful stuff, some not so useful stuff.
No, I didn't expect you to know where he was, but it's worth asking.
We should have put a tracker on his ass while we had the chance.
Yeah, drop an air tag in his shoe.
Just, drop some poison on him so he'll slowly melt.
Melt.
I said.
So yeah, he does all of this for you. You all rest down, take a long rest, and prepare for your journey to Lynborough Port on the morrow. As you all lay your heads down to rest, is there anything in particular that you each dream about?
No, I hope I don't dream about friends.
Except the ones you got around here.
Yeah, no, the friends around me are perfect. I like them.
Friends around you are
I don't like the other
perfect.
one.
I like that.
Again,
Frogs and
Victor,
hats and not
Alexa, shut
talking
up.
shoes.
Frogs in hats.
Yeah,
Or
frogs
hats
and
on frogs.
hats. Pulling a hat off my head, trying to put it on every frog that I have.
Lovely. So you're imagining frogs. Ash and Ruby, what were you dreaming about again?
What? I'm sorry.
Ash and Ruby, what were you thinking about again?
The friends around me.
But not new
Not-
ones, no?
Not incorporeal ones.
Okay. And Ruby?
All the different names that Ruby learnt earlier today or remembered earlier today.
Oh, like the words, so that you can, like, try and work on your literacy, that kind of thing?
No, is in like the names of people like Marvin and
Oh, right.
Leopold and yeah.
Yeah. Well, 3 of those you remember just for remembering, because you remember that time. Whether you repress it as much as you try, there's always the memory of those 3 people. Whether you remember their name or not is a different matter. But you do remember those 3, and you remember 2 of them not being a part of your group anymore before you got rescued. You also remember who it was that came to rescue you. You remember Berg. Short for Burgundy. Crimson's right hand. So yeah, Berg was the one that found you. Berg was the one that rescued you and took you to Crimson so that you could be there instead and learn the way of the monk. Anything in particular that you are sort of thinking about before you lay your head down to rest, Ruby?
No, just that. Trying to remember friends and people that like Rusty and Verdigris, people they'd forgotten.
Your mind drifts towards Verdigris and Rusty. You remember them, the other trainees that were there at the Deer Dairy. You remember the keepers that used to hold you and Leopold and Greta and Marvin in the cage as well. You remember their names. Thrag and Pordiax. You remember Pordiax being a kindly soul, even if he did keep you in the cage. You remember the names of other people at the dairy. Bass and Gif and Herman and Brune. But your mind sort of changes its focus. It looks at something else. It looks at something different. Something that you've not seen before. Which is unusual for a dream. For our brains to conjure something that we've not experienced in our lives in any way. You're seeing walls of a great city. A great territory, in fact. It's over a body of water, and there's a broken bridge between you and it. You stand on the shores of the Red Wall. And you can just about see something hanging from the bridge. You would not be certain what it was. It's almost like there's something written on them. Some kind of a message. You can't quite spot it. Can't quite grasp it. They must have been here for a while because they're sort of in some level of decay. What are you trying to do in this moment in your dream?
Maybe walk towards the bridge, try and get a better view.
You get closer to the bridge, standing on the shoreline. The water laps up from the river. It's a wide, expansive river, but it's a river nonetheless. You get closer, and you can just about read it. You get just a little closer, maybe. Take a foot into the water, just in the shallow end. No, nothing too deep. Catch maybe a word. Maybe two? You couldn't be sure. It's a little bit too far away. It's a whole broken bridge on the middle of a very wide river. And it's a small message, if it's there at all. You take another step. Wait, that's not... That isn't one thing hanging there. That's 3 things hanging there. What are they? Weird. They look kind of familiar. Are they wearing clothes that you've seen before? It's weird, this. You go a little bit further out. You're up to waist-high water now. You can feel the rush of the river going through. You recognize it now. You recognize what they're wearing, what the clothes are, what the message is. The message says, "Don't come back." And the 3 figures are Brun, Verdigris, and Rusty. So you know where your friends are, then?
I'm not sure I wanted to know. I'm not sure I wanted to know at all.
I think it's important that you did. There's something
Why?
terrible going on in this world, and I'd like you to be a part of fixing it. I'm not
Fixing
sure
the
that you're
terrible
ready
things.
right now, though. I think that your pull out to me from desperation speaks more to your fear than it does to your strength. So I perhaps will leave you with this information, just so that you know that eventually there's something that you're going to need to fix and look at. But for now, you can call me friend. I'd like you to stop calling me Spider. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I have said that. I won't say that.
I would very much find it a pleasing thing if you could avoid those words. We are friends after all. You don't find me calling you slave, do you?
I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to use that word.
I
Though I'm not sure it's
appreciate it.
me, you may need to convince them that.
Well, I would like you to call me friend. After all, that's what you called out to me for before. You remember?
I'll call you friend.
I'm
Call
having
you friend.
a great time with my new friends as well, by the way.
Regards.
Oh, by all counts, I'd say that I'm up to about 18. The birds and the guards.
I'm glad that whatever it is, that it helps.
They're having fun with me. And I'm having fun with them. I will step aside and allow you to take in the sights. And they turn towards the bridge. During none of this, where they stood in front of you, they were always in your periphery. As they step to one side, do you wish to look in their direction?
Yes.
Okay. Please give me a wisdom saving throw. An 18 on a wisdom saving throw. That's a pretty good number. I think a lot of people would consider that a very, very good wisdom saving throw. And with that, we're going to wait until next session. Thank you, everybody, for being here. That was lovely. I hope everybody enjoyed
Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna probably get a dream soon about a spider.
Yes, I think that's really scary, and I don't want to turn my lamp off now.
And you don't know if your friends are dead. It's just mine.
No, Victor kind of does his usual, like sitting up and taking notes for a little bit and scribbling and stuff.
I think that's fair.
So if anyone like talks in their sleep or is fitful, we might notice that. But other than that,
does Aldrin still have that book, or
we don't need to
did
have
Ruby
any
take
creepy
it
dreams.
back?
Does Aldrin still have the book of what, sorry?
The what was it, compendium or something?
The dossier.
Dossier.
I
the
think
dossier.
I might be studying that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can be using your downtime to study the dossier,
I
of
missed
course.
the whole bit where you were talking about it because my thing cut off.
Yeah. So you could take the time to study it, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Aldrin wanted to go over that again. So maybe they're helping Victor understand what they've understood so far and trying to come up with something else new.
Yes, I think we'll sit crack the case together. Yeah.
Love that. Okay, love that. So yeah, you take a look through it. We will resolve that next time, though.
Yes.
Alrighty.
And I must say that in between now and then, we're going to have our first Cryptic Critters session. Which is set in the same universe, but with different characters. It's going to be on Monday, 7 PM, British Standard Time. British Summer Time, rather. I think it's 2 PM Eastern Standard Time, and various PMs around the world. You know, happy time zone, everybody. But yeah, if anybody wants to either come and enjoy the show, or just wants to, I don't know, if any of you are participating, then I look forward to seeing you there. If not, then I, hope you enjoy it, whatever you're doing. And I hope that I haven't left any of you with a week's worth of nightmares. Well, maybe I do hope that secretly.
I mean,
maybe not so
it's
secretly.
just a week full of spiders. I beat a spider and once human too, and that almost killed me. Jeepers.
Well, listen, they were very clear on the fact that they don't want to be called a spider, so there you go. It's Monday, Don. Monday.
Apparently supposed to
Monday
be
at 7 PM. Say again, sorry?
Sorry.
I'm
Does
not
Ruby
sure
what?
Ruby's called them a spider because she's not seen them, only Ash.
I think that you have. I'm not sure how many times, but I'm almost certain that you did. By like asking questions, and also the time where you were talking to Daitsu Moss and them saying that they were spider-like, and you sort of engaged in that
Fair.
conversation.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But you know, they asked you politely. They had a soft voice.
Yay.
Yeah, same way a murderer doesn't want to be called a murderer.
Can't wait to have an untimely death, you know?
I was
very
half
funny.
expecting it to be our bodies hanging from the bridge. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was gonna be us. I was like, oh no.
Hey, they've been asking where are your friends, and they're giving you the answer.
Yeah, I love the answer. Love that for me.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I do not have the spoons to do a raid today. I've told, I think, 5 of you. I think it was before Mars popped in, but yeah, I told the rest of you why I just don't have the spoons. I won't talk about it on stream, but I'm just gonna sort of I'm gonna leave the raid for today because I just don't have it. I don't have the energy in me to meet another new person.
And that's perfectly fine.
So I am going to just end the stream now. But before I do, shall we have another few riddles? What is at the end of the rainbow?
Sky.
The letter W.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Oh my god.
How do you make how do you make the number 1 disappear?
Add 1.
Put a G in front of it and it's gone.
Oh my god.
I would have never got that. I would have never got that. If you'd have just hung the stream up there, I would have been like forever thinking about that.
What can you hear but not see, feel, touch, or taste?
Sound, right?
Yeah, your voice.
Good vibration.
Yeah, like
There you
just the
go.
definition of what hearing is.
Yeah, I was overthinking that massively, I think.
Yeah. A couple more before we end. What kind of room has no doors or windows?
Broom.
I don't know any of this.
Broom. That's a good one.
A mushroom was another one I would take. But
Okay.
yeah, a broom would work. It's same kind of principle. And last one, how many seconds are in a year?
525,000.
None.
No, that's minutes.
None, because there's no seconds in a year, right?
There's
Like the word
12.
second is not in the year.
January 2nd, February 2nd, March 2nd. Okay.
My cat was even yelling at that one.
Stop!
Stop!
Is outraged.
Oh my god!
He
All
yelled
right.
"Cluster a dar" right at you.
This is the end of stream. This is me sincerely saying to everybody, please take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Do whatever it is that you need to make you feel happy in this life, because you only get one of them. And please be kind to yourself. I am going to end stream now and recording too. I love you all. I will see you all next time. Have a good one.
Buddy.
Goodbye.
See you later.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.